It is a very old matter. The war broke out between two neighboring states. This is the incident of Japan, which was a small state. It was sure to be defeated of that small state because the number of its soldiers was very less. Instead of his one soldier, the neighboring state had 10 soldiers. The generals of that state refused to go to war. He said that defeat is sure. Then, it would be foolish to fight with such a large army. It is better that we accept defeat without fighting and accept all the demands of the neighboring state. Even the king could not put much pressure on the generals because it was true. But the king did not want to give up without fighting. When the generals refused to go to war, the king went to a monk living in a village in the same state. Monk was very famous in that state. Everyone respects them very much. The king told his concern to the monk and urged him to go to war as the commander of his army. The monk agreed to go, but the army was very scared because the monk who was going to be his commander, he had no experience of war. He did not even know how to hold the sword properly. But the monk was in great enthusiasm, as well as the king had full faith in the monk, so the army also had to go with the monk. Some distance before that there was a small temple on the way. The monk stopped outside that temple and told his army that before leaving take the blessings of God and ask him also what he want. We will win or lose the war. If God gave us a hint that we would lose the war, then we will go back to the state. But if there is a sign of victory from God, then only we will proceed to war. Although all the soldiers were very scared, they all gathered outside the temple with great hope. The monk worshipped God for some time. Then he took out a coin from his pocket and shouted in front of the soldiers and said, "I will toss this coin up. If it falls upside down, it means we will lose the war, then we will return. But if it is straight falls, it means our victory is certain. And then we will go out for war without any fear." All the soldiers were looking at the monk with their gaze. He tossed the coin in the air. The coin fell on the ground. The monk shouted with joy, "Leave all worries, eliminate all fear. Our victory is certain. Now no one can defeat us, because now God is also with us." The whole army was filled with enthusiasm. Now the hope of victory was confirmed in everyone's mind. There was a fierce battle between both the armies, every soldier of the monk's army filled with the sure hope of victory. Finally, the army of the monk won this war. While returning, when they were passing near that temple, the monk said, "Before leaving, let's thank God." All the people gathered outside the temple and started thanking God. "Oh God, thank you very much that you have made us win. If you did not indicate to us to win, we would have lost." Then the monk shouted and said, "Before you thank God, look at the coin." The monk took out the coin and showed it. It was a fake coin. It was straight from both sides. It could not fall upside down. The monk said, "Don't give thanks to God. He has no hand in this victory. You were full of hope to win, so you won. You could even lose because you were frustrated and full of desire to lose." The success of all things in life also depends on whether we are filled with the hope of their victory. The only thing we get to learn from this story is that if I give my full dedication in doing that work, then that work will definitely happen. There is great power in positive thinking. It helps a person to take the right decision, even in the worst situation, and suggest a way out of it. One lesson more that we can take us from this story is that no matter how big the trouble in life may come in front of us, there should always be a hope within us to get out of it. And we must have full patience, and one should face that trouble with a calm mind.